Hi all! Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Morning, everybody. Oh my. And the stuff continues. The fallout continues. So we're going to do what we've been doing. We're going to cover the real working royals and the fabulous stuff they're doing. And then we're going to hop on over to Harry. So let's just jump in with both feet and get there, shall we? Let's go. We're going to start off with Prince William this morning. He went to a town called Sutton and he opened a 70 million pound Oak Cancer Center. Now, as he was president of the Royal NHS Foundation Trust, Prince William actually asked for this facility. He appealed for this facility back in 2015, and he even laid the foundation stone himself. Now, here we go, 3 years on. The doctors based at the center have new outpatient facilities, a medical daycare, and collaboration space for clinical researchers. So, William was outside. He gave a speech to open the building before going in to take a tour. Now, he was introduced by the head nurse to a woman named Lorraine, and William looks up and goes, "We met 18 years ago. I was on a work experience." How cool is that he remembers her after all this time? He goes, the good old days back at university. So William walked around, he spoke with the patients, he learned how the new facilities are going to impact the care that they received. He was seen laughing with one of the women that was being treated there at the cancer center. But he looked very casual the way he was dressed. And he also was seen pictured laughing with a couple of elderly people and a nurse in the outpatient area when he went there for his tour. So again, this just goes to show the way that William has an impact. He pleaded for the funds came through. Now this was funny. He walks into this area to meet these people, and this guy on the right goes, "Wow, you're a tall one." You know, I have to tell you, it really does just show you. William remembered this woman from 18 years earlier. He doesn't just meet people and move on. He actually remembered this woman. You know, I'm sure the woman remembered him, but I doubt she thought that he would remember her. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, very sweet. Way to go, William. Then, of course, he gets outside. There were school children waiting to meet with him. And, of course, he stopped to talk to the school children. And then, of course, he was caught as he was leaving the building. Way to go, William. Keep calm and carry on. Still talking about William, you'll want to know that he is second only to his grandmother as far as popularity goes. He beat out Catherine and his father for the top position, but he is 12 points behind Queen Elizabeth, with people in the Commonwealth still choosing her as their favorite member, even though she's passed away. Wow, that says something. All right, moving on. All right, now we're moving on to Princess Catherine. We know that she was out for her Shaping Up initiative, and she was doing the walking rugby yesterday or the day before. And while she was there, one of the women came up to her. She's a coach under Maidenhead, the under 14s team, and her daughter recently had taken her own life. And she said that she had some star-shaped earrings that her cousin had made to honor the girl, and she gave them to Catherine, who of course hugged her and said she absolutely would wear the gift. I'm sure we're going to see pictures of her wearing them very soon. Sticking with Catherine and earrings, everybody noticed that while she was at the Maidenhead Rugby Club on Wednesday, she was wearing earrings that cost 18 pounds. And this is the 15th time that she's worn them. They're gold hoop earrings from a brand called, I hope I say it right, Aurelia. They're called chain huggy hoop earrings. Now, seeing as the first time she wore them was in 2021, when she was making a video call during lockdown, Yeah, and this is, you realize this is the middle of 2023, then you have to know that these are definite favorites for her. And I think they're cute. All right. Now, let's talk really quickly about the headlines. What I love is that even with Harry being made a fool of in court, which, let's face it, you guys, that's exactly what happened, Catherine is still on the covers. Next up, Catherine and William have basically come out and said, listen, we're not leaving our children home alone with nannies while we go on these long tours. So when we go on vacations and tours, we're going to respect the school terms so that we can spend more time with the kids. So these lengthy tours, they said, are over. Now they're still keeping up their grueling work schedules, royal functions, and all of this, and supporting Charles, but they've made it plain the children come first. Love it. All right, moving on. Next up, we're moving on to Camilla. This is the first time in 2 years that she's been to the annual British Flowers exhibition at the Garden Museum. She looked fabulous when she got there. The exhibition starts now and runs until June 12th. The museum director, Christopher Woodward, was there to greet her. Now, she's going to be viewing 5 different floral, installations that are on display, all put together by different floral designers. There's Botanical Tales, Lucy Vale Floristry, Mahal Kita Flowers, Sage, and Yanari. I hope they say that right. Now, every single display is designed special for the space, and they were created using seasonable, sustainably sourced flowers, okay? And they were also put together with environmentally friendly materials and different methods. Her good friend Alan Titchmarsh, president of the Garden Museum, was there escorting her around and gave her the opportunity to meet with the designers. Now, she also met with volunteers from a group called Floral Angels. And what that charity does is it takes flowers from events and arranges them, recycles them as it were, sends them to women's refugees and some care homes, which I think is lovely. Now, this project was set up to help with more green spaces in the local area and to help increase training for horticulture. Now, at the end of the visit, she met a group of school children from a local school in Lambeth. The children were taking part in a cooking lesson in the Learning Studio kitchen, and this is supposed to inspire people to cook with more plants. That sounds interesting. Now, sticking with Camilla, she has just been appointed Colonel-in-Chief of the Royal Lancers, and this is a regiment which was formed in 2015 following a lot of long royal history. Camilla's father, the late Major Bruce Shand, served with the 12th Lancers during World War II and won a military cross. So today, she went with World War II veteran Lieutenant Michael de Burgh with the Buchanan Medal and Citation, and then toasted him because on June 11th, it's his 100th birthday. They had a reception for him at Clarence House. How nice is that? Oh, now we're moving on to Zara Tyndall. She competed in dressage trials today at the Branham International Horse Trials in West Yorkshire. Princess Anne's daughter and the mother of 3. She was on her horse, Classicals Eurostar. In the first of the 2 rides, she is expected to compete at the trials. She is listed to ride her other horse, Classic Affair, tomorrow. We all know she was a silver medalist. She looks good up on top of that horse. So when the race was over, she just kept the helmet on. She jumped on her bicycle. Now, apparently there were some animal rights protesters there who tried to stop the race. And Zara, who usually doesn't get involved in that, actually urged them to please stop their activities, saying that the protesters speak about what they believe in, but do they really understand what they're talking about? And Mike, in the meantime, told them to go home and spend some time at a professional yard to see how the horses are looked after. Next up, King Charles had a meeting today with the DEC charities, and they basically were talking about how generous the British public has been because hundreds of thousands of people were devastated in the floods in Pakistan, and thanks to the UK and their generosity, things are looking up. Way to go, UK! Next up, we have Sophie and Edward, the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh. They opened the Queen Elizabeth II Memorial Woods at Royal Ascot Golf Club in Berkshire. Shire. I can never say that correctly. All right, now we know that yesterday Sophie went to that school. Well, she also went to a farm to city event. This is where the school kids go to learn about the different animals, to learn about conservation. Looks like everybody had a great time. This event was held in London. All right, moving on. All right, let's move on to Harry. You know, he really did not do a good job in court for his attorneys. I mean, basically, half of the articles he was complaining about, he admits he never even saw. So Molly's mama put up, and I agree with this, did anybody find it coincidental that while he was in the south of France in 2018, while he was there with Elton John, he bumped into the same barrister who Elton used prior for suing other people? I think Elton John set him up. Let's be honest, Harry had a lot of inconsistencies. Oh, I was so upset by these articles. But did you read the articles? No. Well, maybe my phone was hacked in primary school. Wait, I didn't have a phone in primary school. You guys get where this is going. I mean, come on, guys. I think Meghan set him up for this. He actually said to the court that he was unaware of any evidence that he was hacked, but says to the judge, it would still be an injustice if I lost my case. And I have to say I agree with this Twitter user. Harry told everybody that his mother was an adulteress, but we already knew that. Harry's opinions is based on a feeling, not, hard proof. Harry is still in love with Chelsea Davy. Harry was not a good boyfriend to Chelsea Davy, and Meghan apparently was just the one person that was willing to put up with his crap, but now we know she was willing to put up with it because she wanted to nab him, because she thought he was worth all that money. Then you've got Harry in court talking about the government, okay? So the UK Prime Minister now has come out and said, we have a long-standing thing on not criticizing royals, so I can't hit back. But I think he doesn't have to. We all know how they feel about him. I have to tell you that Mark Dolan said it best. Prince Harry is a numpty. The blame for the demise of his relationship is not the media. Again, the demise of his relationship is because he was a crap boyfriend. He was flirting with other people. He was getting lap dances. She arrived at the airport. He didn't show up to pick her up. I mean, he treated her badly, and she was worth more, and she knew it, and she dumped him. Now, going back to his U.S. visa, we know that the Heritage Foundation asked the U.S. government through the Freedom of Information Act to see his visa application because his admission of recreational drug use, past and present, should make him ineligible for entry to the United States. The federal judge gave the DHS, Department of Homeland Security, until June 13th to decide whether they're going to respond to this. Now, apparently, the Customs and Border Protection Agency said they weren't going to release it because they didn't have Harry's authorization to release the information and that the visa was confidential. However, it appears it shouldn't be that way due to the privacy aspect of the records request because he's Prince Harry. And he's talking about drugs, and he's using drugs, and he's influential on young people. And he's basically telling young people, oh, the drugs solve my problem. This is not a good thing. This is why they want their hands on those records. And so many people have been denied entry to the United States over this sort of thing. It's not good. You look at people like Charlie Heaton. They found a little bit of cocaine in his suitcase at LAX, and he was thrown right out of the country. Okay? How about Nigella Lawson? She admitted that previously she had once used cocaine, denied entry to the United States. Soccer legend. The point is, why should Harry be given a pass when nobody else has been? That's the point. So the headlines are coming out. Harry is made to look. Have you guys noticed? I'm just saying. Have you guys noticed that whenever Meghan has something, Harry goes with her for support, but whenever Harry has something, Meghan's never there? She didn't fly over to support him. She didn't go with him for his book. You guys ever notice that? Just an observation. Anyway, I agree with the Caribbean prince. Harry is trying to force the British public to like his wife. Okay? We don't like her. The United States doesn't like her. You're the only one who seems to be under her spell. Whatever you want to say. But you really now, you need to stop. We all know what really happened here. The News of the World journalist offered him a settlement, but he refused it because it was much less than what William got. Well, of course it was less. William was hacked like 155 times. Harry was hacked like once? But at least we know now that this whole thing is because of Meghan Markle. All right. So we were out walking with Finn. We're going to finish this. And the birds, my gosh, you guys, the birds were like crazy. So, I whipped out my camera, took a video. Watch this. A lot of birds. All right, you guys, I'm going to want your thoughts and opinions on all of this. So put those comments down and make them good. Don't forget to check and make sure if you've hit the subscribe button that you are still subscribed. Funky things still going on with my numbers. I don't know. Don't forget, in the description box, you'll find the links to my Twitter, my Getter, my Rumble, my email, my physical address. And if you've donated to my coffee fund or through the thanks button, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.